Mmm. 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 Mm-hmm. God bless you, friends. Thank you for joining me on Morning Nuggets on this Thursday morning. This is yours truly, Pastor Nate, and it is my absolute pleasure when I can come and speak with you. Before you click off this live, do me a favor. If you like what you hear, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. The Smart Show would be glad to have you part of its family. The moaning, the groaning, the grunting. There's a YouTuber out there by the name of Stomp Down. Many of us were introduced to Stomp Down when he came on Jay Wilson's panel a couple months ago. He was known for his semantics, read, serve, getting to the receiver. Very funny. Stomp Down is now a YouTuber. And just know that I got permission to talk about this. I asked a friend of Stomp Down because I didn't have his information if I can talk about this, and I got word back, yes. As you all know that this channel is positive. It is not about pulling and tearing others down, but just talking about what's going on out there with a biblical twist. There's a lot of talk and scuttlebutt about Stomp Down's groaning and moaning. You know, when he starts his videos, he starts out with groaning, and he'll say, come on in, baby. He's very welcoming. And when he does this live, he involves everybody. He calls your name out while he's talking, engaging with his audience, kind of like a preacher does in church. You know, when a preacher preaches, for God so loved the world, Mrs. Ann, that he gave his only begotten son. And Mrs. Ann, I'm so grateful for that. So he really involves the people in his chat. But he's been receiving some backlash about his groaning and moaning and grunting. Now, I don't have an issue with that. Let the man groan if he wants to groan. That's his channel. If we don't like it, just don't listen. Everybody has a unique characteristic or trait that they display on their channel, and that happens to be one of his. Who you are and the characteristics surrounding who you are is part of your branding. So if he wants to groan, let him groan. And I want you to take a listen to how Mr. Stomp Down groans and moans and grunts.
Mm. Hmm. Mm. Hmm.
Now, people were wondering why he does this. I don't know. It really doesn't matter. The man can do whatever he wants to do. He could sing, he can grunt, he can holler, he can scream. Again, that's his channel. But my thought is the reason he was doing this, and I could be wrong, is to keep from cussing. Because you'll notice when he starts his video, he'll say, come on in, y'all. And he'll say, you know, I can't cuss for 2 minutes. So I'm thinking maybe he's groaning to take up the dead air as he's waiting on you to come in to keep from cussing. That's just my thought. I could be wrong. If you're from the South, you know that groaning and moaning and grunting is a common practice. It's how we communicate. It's part of the African American language. You know this if you're from the South. We groan, displaying a sign of disapproval, like for our children. Your parents give you that look, they may add a little groan with it, like, like, okay, now, You know, I got to groan a lot. Sometimes the groaning validates. Sometimes it's being messy and cause you to throw shade. You could be talking to somebody and you can say, hey, is that your girlfriend? And he may respond and say, no, that's just a friend. You might say, that's being shady and messy. Like you don't believe him. So you'll say, Y'all know we communicate like that if you're from the South. Now, groaning also has spiritual significance, and this is the main reason why I want to talk about this. Since everybody's talking about groaning, let me talk about the Bible. Y'all know that's what my channel is about. You knew it was coming. you knew Pastor Nate was going to turn this into a message. In John 11:33, it tells us that Jesus groaned in the spirit because his friend Lazarus had died. Of course, he really didn't groan because Lazarus died, because he was going to raise him up. He groaned because the people around him were weeping. And Jesus, being the compassionate person that he is, and he feels what we feel, so he was also grieved. So the scriptures say he groaned in the spirit. And if you're from a Pentecostal church or from a holiness church, you know that during prayer, a lot of people groan. A lot of the church mothers do that. They call that part of travailing. Take a listen. Also, people groan in the morning when they wake up, right?
I don't want to get up. Kind of, yeah.
And you probably do that too. People groan when they're sick or when they're expressing discomfort. A lady back in Florida, when I was growing up, always grunt, always moan because she was in pain all the time when she walked. She was like, Some people groan during sex to express pleasure. And I heard some of you talking about that's the way he was groaning. So groaning is multi-purpose. Another thing that came to mind about the groaning, when I was a child, I watched Scooby-Dooby-Doo, and Scooby groaned all the time. I thought that was kind of funny. Let me know what you think about the matter. I appreciate your support. In the meantime, in between time, be at peace and not in pieces.